All right, final time here on the Sean Lewis Show, San Diego Sports 760. Aztecs and Cougars up in Pullman, Washington. Let's get into this game. Again, Washington State coming off a 13-10 win over their nearby rival, Idaho. They went on a last-second field goal. They introduced a new quarterback, obviously a new coaching staff as well. What did you see from the Cougars in week one, and what are your expectations come tomorrow night?
Yeah, I mean, great defensive effort on their part, right? I mean, the Idaho has been explosive on offense, and even though Idaho went through a coaching transition and everything, there was some continuity, to that staff and what they do offensively, and a very athletic quarterback that had a little bit of success. But I mean, like when you look at the way that they stop normal downs and normal runs and limiting, that offense to only 10 points, like pretty impressive effort, right? And great effort by them working at the football, generating turnovers. That has rung true of who, that crew has been. I mean, 6 of those defensive starters came over from South Dakota State. They know the system really intimately. So it's kind of eerie, right? Like we've been watching a lot of Jackrabbit tape, the South Dakota State, tape from where Coach Rogers came over from, and 22 of the new 75 players came from as well, right? And then you pop on the new tape from this year, and it's like, the frame and the structure and the calls, it's like eerily similar. Like the jerseys changed and the field and the logos changed, but like the style of play, right? The discipline, the effort, the structure of the defense, all very, very similar, right? The young quarterback did a good job. I mean, like again, it's hard to win, however you win, right? Whether it's by a last-second field goal or whatever. Like find a way to score one more point than the other guys, right? And they did that, right? They got the opportunity with a tie ball game to go work how we were kind of talking about, hey, finish the game the right way, right? Like we finished the shutout and we finished with the backups, getting the touchdown there in the goal zone. Okay, well, different scenario, but all right, you get an end of game opportunity here, 2-minute drive, right? With timeouts, go down the field. They got into some of their open sets, and that kid looked really comfortable, dealing the football around, staying ahead of schedule. They managed it really, really well, and hit the field goal to walk it off in fashion and found a way to win. And again, like listening to Coach in his immediate post-game press conference after the game, and as they go forward, like you could tell, like he knows his team well, right? Like even though there's a bunch of new guys and they're coming together, he's a program builder. He's done it at a really high level. They're a really talented group. Like he's won a national championship. He's won a national coach of the year honors. He's a really, really good coach that knows what he's looking for. And you could tell, I think from what he has seen through practice and knowing what his guys are capable of and what they did, like I know we're going to get their best effort. I know they've been working really, really hard, and I know that we're going to have a great challenge, up here at Washington State tomorrow evening to, stop the run yet again, right? To find a way to run the football, and then, they put a heavy emphasis on special teams. They're really well coached. They're a disciplined group, and we got to be on it to go get a road victory, because that's what good teams do as well, right? Like we kind of talked about it last year. There's some certain benchmarks that need to hit. Right, that you got to find a way to win on the road to be quote unquote a good team, and I feel like we have a good team, and so we need to be at our best to go give our best effort.
Coach, you said you want thermostats, not thermometers out there on the field, guys who can change the environment, not guys who are reacting to the environment. So for the San Diego State Aztecs hitting the road for the first time this season against Washington State, how do these players change that environment?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got to go in there and play with great fundamentals, right? We have to have elite focus. I've been up there before when I was at Colorado. It's a fun college environment now, right? Like there's going to be the whole town there, right? Like it's going to be the show on Saturday night, and there's going to be a lot of things that are going on. So again, I think it's having that focus that we've been talking about as we've been really talking about our brand and Aztec Fast. Like the F is for being focused. Like where are we putting the depth and the direction of our time, our effort, our energy? It's got nothing to do with the 30,000+ fans that are going to show up. Like I'm glad they're coming. It's going to be an awesome environment. That's what these opportunities are all about. And as we go forward into the Pac-12, like there's going to be some really cool venues that we're going to be able to go to, right? And we're going to create a very unique home environment that's going to be the best out of the whole new Pac-12, right? And so to embrace that, yet also like it doesn't matter, right? Like, this is about the guys that we traveled with. It's about the investment that we've made, and it's being focused at the task at hand, right? And so having that focus, having the enthusiasm to play the very first play to the very last play, and then knowing and understanding, hey, the calls that we're carrying, because every single week, as you know, like, you don't carry everything that you could possibly carry, right? Like, the menu gets pared down, and especially in this game, because of their style of play, like, they're going to huddle, they're going to trade, they're going to shift, they're going to motion, they're going to snap the ball most of the time with under 10 seconds on the play clock. Like, this is going to be a take the air out of the ball type game, right? And so the calls that we get in all three phases, it's not, I don't think we're going to get 88 offensive snaps the way that we did against Stony Brook. I don't think that's going to be how this game comes together, right? So whether it's 55, 60, 65, 70 snaps in each phase, like, you better execute the call, because you don't know how many ops you're going to get to execute said call, so you better make them count.
A week ago, you saw multiple quarterbacks. It's fairly typical in college football. You might see some change of pace. They used Julian Duggar as well as Jackson Potter last week. From a game planning perspective, you just know going in there's a possibility you could see a second quarterback. Even Zevi Eckhouse last year played very well in the Holiday Bowl. He didn't play in week one. How do you prepare for multiple possibilities?
Yeah, again, you give the respect to the opponent, right? You know about each kid, you know their strengths, and you do all that you can to mitigate those strengths, right? And then again, you got to be very intentional, and luckily we've had 10 days to prepare, right? So we've had a little bit more time to be able to get a few more reps, which has been, a luxury in this 10-day prep. So, like, okay, hey, if it's QB1, we can attack it this way. If it's QB2, we have a menu for this. If it's QB3, we have a menu for this. And again, luckily we've had a little bit extra time out on the grass in between the white lines, whether it's walkthrough or scout team reps or service reps, to be able to build out that plan, refine that plan, and our kids to take ownership of that plan, to go execute it, again, whoever happens to be taking the snap. But I think we're going to see, at least 2, if not 3 different quarterbacks from them.
On the road for the first time, San Diego State Aztecs taking on the Washington State Cougars in Pullman, Washington, 7:15 kick tomorrow. If you were going to give a couple of keys to a victory, to secure a victory, come home 2-0 before an early bye week, what would you pass along?
Again, value the football, as cliche as this is, right? Like, it's one of those controllables that we talk about. And again, I just believe the style that this game is going to be, possessions are going to be at a premium, and we can't give away any of those possessions, whether it be in the kick game or offensively, and wherever we can steal an additional one by creating a turnover, that would be huge. I really think, regardless of who their quarterback is, their skill at wide receiver and their backs are really, really talented, right? So we got to do a great job disrupting the timing of their throw game and really challenging their run game. And then they have 6 players, again, that know the system intimately defensively, right? One of them being their nickel Sam, who is a FCS All-American, really, really good player. They had another All-American safety. Those guys travel in tandem, number 9 and number 1. They're really, really good players. So, we have to limit what they're doing and kind of get them, a little bit off kilter as we go. So just a few things to look for the fans early on as we go. Hopefully that we're controlling, that we're doing the right way, so we can come back home and have another victory under our belt.
Like Richard said, 7:15 tomorrow night with pregame coverage at 5:15. We're looking forward to it. Sean, we always appreciate the time. We'll catch up with you tomorrow, right?
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks. Go Aztecs.
All right, for Sean Lewis, for Rich Ornberger, I'm John Schaefer, and this has been The Sean Lewis Show on San Diego Sports 760.